Hi, I'm Jenny from the Trash Talking Radio Tributes. This week we had a number of celebrities pass away. Lara, the star of Tarzan, The Epic Adventures, has died after a small plane he, his wife and a few others were on crashed into a lake this weekend. The private jet, said to be a Cessna 501, took off Saturday from Smyrna Airport, just outside of Nashville, and was reportedly headed toward Palm Beach, FL, but somehow plunged into Percy Priest Lake not too long after takeoff. Fire and other rescue crews were dispatched to the scene, but, after an all-night operation, authorities say the passengers were found to be deceased, and their families were notified. An investigation is underway to determine what might have caused the crash. Lara was one of 7 people who were killed. The others are his spouse, Christian diet guru Gwen Lara, Jennifer J. Martin, David L. Martin, Jessica Walters, Jonathan Walters, and Brandon Hanna, all of whom are locals and reported to be part of the same church. Lara is famous from his TV days, when he played the King of the Jungle between 1996 and 2000, starring as Tarzan for a total of 22 episodes, including a TV movie that came out years prior called Tarzan in Manhattan, which catapulted him into the role. He'd been in other action fantasy projects over the years, including Steel Frontier, Sunset Heat, Gunsmoke, The Last Apache, American Cyborg, Steel Warrior, The Magnificent Seven, Baywatch, and Tropical Heat, among several others. Lara had 28 acting credits to his name. At G. Wensham-Blin Lara, Instagram. Lara married Gwen Shamblin in 2018, who's famous for founding the Remnant Fellowship Church as well as the Way Down Workshop, a weight loss program that was big in the 80s and 90s among churchgoers and others. Gwen and Joe leave behind 3 children. He was 58 and she was 66. The second death we have to report is Gavin MacLeod, a veteran TV actor, famous for roles on The Love Boat and The Mary Tyler Moore Show, has died, TMZ has learned. MacLeod passed away overnight early Saturday morning at his home in Palm Desert, CA, where he was surrounded by loved ones and caretakers. This according to Gavin's nephew, Mark C. We're told he'd been in and out of the hospital these last few months with varying illnesses, and it's unclear what exactly might have caused his death in the end. That said, C tells us it was not COVID-related. MacLeod's ex-wife, Joan Dever, confirmed all of those details, except for the location of his death. The guy is perhaps best known for playing Murray Slaughter on TMTS, in which he played the head writer of the fictional TV station that Mary worked at. He was a main character on the series, appearing in all 168 episodes over 7 years, opposite the lead actress. MacLeod is also just as famous for portraying Captain Meryl Stubing on The Love Boat for a decade, appearing in 250 episodes, plus spin-off made-for-TV movies from the franchise. His TV career was pretty much second to none. The guy had roles on hit shows like Hawaii Five-0, Hogan's Heroes, Perry Mason, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., McHale's Navy, The Untouchables, Peter Gunn, Kane's 100, The Andy Griffith Show, My Favorite Martian, The Big Valley, It Takes a Thief, Charlie's Angels, Scruples, Murder, She Wrote, Oz, Jag, That 70s Show, Touched by an Angel, and dozens more over his 7-decade career. MacLeod has over 100 acting credits to his name, and is probably one of the most prolific actors from the 20th century. He's survived by his wife of several years, Patty, their 4 children and grandkids. He was 90 years old. The third celebrity to pass was the real Milli Vanilli singer. One of the real singing voices behind the infamous pop duo Milli Vanilli has died at the age of 66 after a battle with COVID-19, according to his daughter. John Davis's daughter, Jasmine, revealed her dad died May 24 with a post that read, "My dad passed away this evening through the coronavirus." She continued, "He made a lot of people happy with his laughter and smile, his happy spirit, love, and especially through his music. He gave so much to the world. Please give him the last round of applause. We will miss him dearly." The Milli Vanilli duo the public came to know was made up of members Fabrice Morvan and Rob Pilatus. The pair won a Grammy for Best New Artist in 1990 after their wildly successful Girl You Know It's True album dropped the year before. However, after wildly successful year, including multiple #1 hits and tours, Fab and Rob and their producer came clean that it was all a front. They didn't actually sing the songs they'd released, and it was really Davis's voice, and a few others, on the records. Perhaps the most infamous moment for the pair came during a live performance for MTV in 1989 when the track For Girl You Know It's True skipped on a loop, leaving the duo on stage embarrassed. From there, it was all downhill for Morvan and Pilatus. They eventually gave up their Grammy, and lawsuits and demands for refunds came flooding in from fans. Davis attempted to form his own group with one of the original Ghost singers, but couldn't repeat the group's success. Pilatus died in 1998 at the age of 32, following an overdose. And lastly, we lost a Grammy-winning singer, had hits in pop, country, and gospel with songs like Hooked on a Feeling and Hey Won't You Play, another Somebody Done Somebody Wrong song. He is the one and only B.J. Thomas, the vocalist who mixed the stylish sophistication of a pop crooner and the down-home soul of a country singer on songs like the 1969 smash Raindrops Keep Fallin' on My Head. Died Saturday in his Arlington, Texas home at the age of 78. A rep for Thomas confirmed the singer's death. The cause of death was lung cancer, which Thomas had publicly revealed he had in March. Thomas's multi-genre success included major hits on the adult contemporary and Christian music charts, the latter of which would earn him 5 Grammy Awards and 2 Gospel Music Association Dove Awards, but the singer is arguably best remembered for the breezy pop classic, Raindrops Keep Fallin' on My Head, one of the most successful singles of all time and a 2014 inductee into the Grammy Hall of Fame, written by Burt Bacharach and Hal David for the 1969 Paul Newman, Robert Redford Western Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Thomas's rendition would log 4 weeks atop the Billboard Hot 100 and win the Oscar for Best Original Song. Despite the song's success, Thomas's crossover appeal wasn't fully reached until 1975 with the release of Larry Butler and Chip's Moments, Hey Won't You Play, another Somebody Done Somebody Wrong song, which hit #1 on the pop chart before duplicating the feat on Billboard's Country Survey. After a stint with the band The Triumphs, Thomas released a cover of Williams's I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry in 1966. He'd go on to have hits in the late 60s with songs like Mama, The Eyes of a New York Woman, and the top 5 original recording of Hooked on a Feeling, later a 1974 #1 for Blue Swede. In 1969, just before Raindrops Keep Fallin' on My Head, he released his version of the oft-covered country song, Skip a Rope. Thomas was often booked on package tours, playing on the same shows with artists including Gene Pitney, Bobby Goldsboro, and the McCoys. The road to the multi-million selling Raindrops was similarly packed with various artists vying to record the track. In 2013, Thomas told performing songwriter that Bacharach wrote the melody to fit Bob Dylan. In subsequent years, Burt has denied it, but this is what I understood at the time. Thomas said, Burt really admired Bob Dylan and the way he phrased, when Bob, for whatever reason, didn't do it, I was his second choice. In March, Thomas announced that he was diagnosed with lung cancer and asked that his music may live on with his fans. I'm so blessed to have had the opportunity to record and perform beautiful songs in pop, country, and gospel music, and to share those wonderful songs and memories around the world with millions of you, he wrote.